Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to FM21. This is Zero to Hero. It's episode number 2. If you liked the first episode right away, do be sure, go ahead, click that like button, give this series a chance to take off. FM is a very diverse market where there's a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers posting content on this. It's a unique challenge, and unlike a lot of my series, these episodes do take a lot of time to produce. There's a lot of simulation stuff going on off camera. And even just setting the series up in the first place, creating the team, updating the mod, and for anybody who's played the game extensively and done their own work to add in the logos and jerseys and the real team names, player names, etc., a lot of work goes behind the scenes into this one. So if you do want to see more of this, be sure to hit that like button so that the YouTube algorithm gives this a little bit of a chance here of taking off. Now with that, let's get to it. It only took 2 more days. 2 more days was all we needed. And we finally have our youth intake, our very first youth intake. Now, if you haven't seen the first episode, or you skimmed through and potentially missed the introduction, we took a team of players down in the 10th tier of the English pyramid. And they were all ones, literally ones, in every single attribute. There was only 11 players. 8 of them are still with the team now. Unfortunately, one of the 3 that left was our player coach, so I don't even have an assistant coach to see the current ability or potential of these guys until I actually bring them into the side. So that kind of sucks, but we'll get to that. In addition, we have an 80-year transfer ban. And so everything we do in this series comes down to, well, today, that youth intake. But what we do have going for us, the only chance of making this actually work and seeing us rise up the ranks, is we do have perfect facilities. So, can a team entirely on its own, with no outside influence, with nothing but perfect facilities going for it, can it grow and develop? Can we become club world champions? We'll see. So far, we're atrocious. So bad. We have 6 points on the season. It's not been good. But the original group of players were truly, truly awful. They actually did better than I expected. I kind of figured we'd still be on maybe 1 point or 2 points. Maybe snatching a draw, but not getting wins. Not scoring the amount of goals that they've managed to do. Other teams at this tier, though, they're pretty bad as well, so that's a factor. Some of the guys did develop a little bit. We have some 6s out there in the attributes now, but nothing good. And they're not going anywhere else. So this group is going to immediately step in and take over as the senior squad. So let's go ahead and break it down and see what they look like. So knowing that we need every last one of them, I'm initially starting by getting them all signed to a youth contract. That's the first step. From there, I can actually modify the contracts using the editor to sign them onto actual permanent deals, so that other teams don't immediately just swoop in and take them away. Because guaranteed, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 or 4 prospects that are way too good of a prospect for this level based on the perfect facilities. And so bigger teams, and not just Premier League teams, but League 2 sides are going to be looking down here and seeing those guys, and they're going to immediately start trying to offer them and take them away from us. So we are going to have to take those youth contracts and turn them into something actual, permanent deals. Comments suggest there's at least 3 stars in the group, but we'll get to all that as they sign and we put them into the senior side. where they'll immediately have an impact. All right, so here's our first look at the old and new. So the old players, still no one above a current ability of a 3. Even though some of them show potential, they don't develop. For whatever reason, when you set them all to 1 on the attributes, they just kind of get stuck. They don't know how to develop. They're so far out of the skew. They're so skewed one direction that they can't seem to escape that. So here's the youth candidates. We have a goalkeeper coming in at a 68 overall already, with a 147 potential. That is somebody who could potentially play at Premier League. 135 is about the minimum for the league that you would want. 145 is a decent Premier League player. 150 and above are good Premier League players. So this is somebody who could play at the Premier League if they were fully developed. Ashley Hurst, maybe, but with their current ability, I wouldn't think they would get all that way to that 141. They could probably play in a championship side, as well as Holmes. Barreto, likewise, all of them could play at championship level. Lambert might be able to get championship level. They've got a little bit of a head start on development compared to those other guys. McGregor, another one who could, especially starting at a 71 already, has the potential, could maybe play Premier League. That's it. I'd really place just those 2, the goalkeeper and McGregor. And most of the rest of these guys are going to be in the lower divisions. Fjellskalnis, League 1, League 2 maybe. But that is a good first group. I mean, that is a pretty talented group. Current abilities not super high. They definitely need to develop. But for 10th tier, some of them are going to play relatively well right off the bat. So that's what we're looking at now, is getting these guys into the side, replacing the original one. We will watch the next match. I'll show you the lineup there. It does look like one of them comes in with a minor injury. I'm guessing he's... Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, very minor. I'm thinking he picked it up in the candidates game, which I did not watch because this is our senior squad now. So we're going to watch them play a senior match. The squad that we're putting in for this one has just one player out of position, Michael Holmes. Holmes is either a center back or a center mid. None of the 16 players that we got are defensive mids. There were 2 slightly capable. Holmes is one of those, so we're going to have to develop him in the role a bit more. But things otherwise fit in nicely. 11 right into the starting lineup, 5 straight into the bench, leaving just 2 bench spots for the former squad players. One of those, the backup goalkeeper, and just the last man at the end of the bench remains of the previous squad. Just like that. None of the guys were here, but they were still technically on the youth team. They know what happened last time we played this team, and, well, every team, that is. So a few of the guys are fired up, and here we go. The youth squad, Youth Factory FC, now right into the senior role. Kickoff for the first time. Let's see what they can do. Holmes with the interception. And that's it for the first highlight, but already a good start. We have a corner kick in the 3rd minute here. That one's cleared out. Hurst on a yellow already in the 3rd minute. Nice looking cross, but nobody able to get to the end of that one. Quinn, nice interception. McGregor, nice ball through, and that's a goal! Jameson, first goal 4 minutes into his career. What a play. 2 balls, nice. Quickly through. Great control from Jameson there. Really good run. Defense not reacting, paying attention to the striker. Winger just slots right into the gap and makes it look easy. Chance gone begging on that one. It is going to take us time. This team is not instantly going to start winning a ton of matches. They're going to need to develop a bit, and with myself being the only coach on a very, very low quality, that's not going to happen terribly quick. So next up for us is to start searching for additional coaches to help with the development, because we have the facilities. The training facilities are there. We now have players that are capable of development, but am I capable with zero reputation as a team? Are we capable of attracting a coach? Well, in FM20, that was not the case. It took us 2 or 3 seasons before we had enough reputation to actually start bringing coaches in. Nice control there to get around behind the defense. Goes wide of the box. Nice ball through. Takes a really good stop from Simmons there to clear that out for the corner. Otherwise, that was a sure goal. Point blank range. Jameson's going to get a second chance on this one. He's going to pull it into the box. His cross, though, cleared out by the first line of defense. Long ball over the top on the reset. Tried to hope somebody could get on the end of it, like they do on this one. Ooh, he's offside, though. Sent it to Rosie anyway. Or should I say Zed, depending on where you're from. And that is halftime. We did lose one player to injury in the first half, but we are controlling this game. However, you can see that they really got into this game over a short stretch there. And while we grabbed an early goal, we did kind of settle from there. We didn't do a whole lot. So we've got a tight match. This thing is anything but over. Each side with 4 shots so far. We do have the XG advantage, but I think that's more from the goal than anything else. Bury in sustained possession here. Fullback makes a horrible attempt at it and is easily burst past and ends up setting up a corner kick here. Nice clearance. Jameson's going to take off running. It's 2-on-2. He hangs on to it too long, and White can't recover immediately. I thought White might have been able to get that back and resume the attack. He does not. And we move forward to a new highlight. Corner kick. Jameson. Oh, boy, that ball was looking tasty. McGregor recovers the ball here. Sets up Holmes. Holmes back to the defense, but we find some space in the middle. Nice through ball. White with a clear chance. Nice save by the keeper on that one. That was for sure heading into the bottom corner. Not a good corner kick on that one, but the ball over the top sails a little too long. Keeper's able to pick it up. So far, the second half has been all us as we are about to hit the hour mark, but a very, very near penalty for Bury sets them up to get an easy chance. And then we left the first man inside the box wide open. And lack of awareness on that one as we clear that out for a corner kick, even though there was no one around him. And he easily could have just chested that down to himself and started possession. Higher level player would certainly be doing that. Another free kick for Bury here. And they get the goal. They get the goal. Momentum has clearly shifted in the last 7-8 minutes of this game. Multiple chances for Bury. Didn't take them long. That was a nice goal. That was definitely a nice goal. Defense really didn't move on that. Everybody was in a straight line from their initial place. And it went to a gap between our defenders. And now shots are 7 apiece with 15 minutes to go. Three minutes to go. And we're looking like we've got a decent chance at picking up a point here. I think he might have been offside on that one. but it goes out for a corner. Can we snatch 3 points? Oh, we do! We do! Fielskonis! Fantastic corner kick. Terrible marking by the defense. It was a zonal marking and nobody there to pick it up. It goes all the way to the far post. Keeper thought he was going to be able to reach that. Couldn't reach it. It goes too long. And in stoppage time, it looks like we might have ourselves a game winner. What a turnaround. 26 matches, 6 points. Youth Factory produces its first products, and they grab 3 points right off the bat. Now, they're not going to take 3 points in every match, but this is definitely a sign of things to come. There is room for growth in this group. There will be development in this group, and they are already capable of grabbing some points. They're going to be in matches. They're going to be competitive now, and they are definitely going to earn some wins. I'm excited by things to come. How quick will the turnaround be? Obviously, it's too late this season. We're not going to get off the bottom of the table. But next season, how high up the order can we finish? It's going to be March again until we get another youth intake, before we can complement the few stronger players and a few mediocre players that came in. The weaker ones, the bottom of the chart, those guys, we're going to have to hold out with them for a while. Definitely better than what we had. Excited by it. Fewer shots, but we claim the victory. All 3 points in our opener. Let's go ahead and finish off the season and see where things end up. Not only in our division, but we'll take a look at the Premier League, top few divisions anyway, and see what's going on around the world. Final match of the season, and we actually have something to play for. The team hasn't been flawless, but they've been good since we made the changes, since we had this first youth intake. So good that they haven't yet climbed from the bottom, but they have a chance to climb out of the bottom spot of the table with a result today. A draw would put them level on points with Daisy Hill. Draw would not be enough, though, because the goal differential from the first 26 matches of the season was atrocious. Though, honestly, it could have been worse. But we're a full 20 goals down on goal differential compared to Daisy Hill. So a draw would do us no good whatsoever. McGregor going to step up, take a penalty. 5th minute of the match, and we have a chance to go ahead. And he bangs it off the post. Oh, no. We are in the 10th tier. That might have been offside. I don't see the flag raised. Flag was raised afterward. Okay, well, we've blown an early chance to go ahead, but a good second chance there. Maybe should have taken a dribble and taken the shot himself, as our striker had 2 men on him. And while he was able to get something on the ball, it had nowhere to go, and it was blocked immediately. Anyway, a win is what we need. 3 points today, barring that Daisy Hill grabs a surprise result. A win today would be enough to move up out of last place and into 16th in our first season with a team that started at all ones. I mean, what a result this would be for us. I'm really excited by the prospect that we actually could climb out of the bottom of the table right away. It really sets a tone for what could become for next season. Hurst, there's Holmes, Lampert, Barreto, McGregor. We do have, so that injury we had in the first half of the first senior, what a nice pass. Oh, we hit the woodwork again, a second time already in this match. We've nailed the woodwork, and that one comes out. It was somewhere right around the corner. It might have been the upper post. Nice chance here. Oh, he's going to pull it back, and yeah, he just crumbles to the ground after the ball's taken away from him. Can't blame him there, because he really blew a chance. He really needed to continue his progression into the box and either flash it across the goal or take the shot, but just stopping and pulling that one back and not immediately flashing it across goal was a huge mistake. Here's a chance and a goal. Disallowed, offside. Ooh, fortunate because it didn't look offside from where I was. He's still retreating. Okay. But you could see kind of once the ball's halfway through the air and he begins his run, he was definitely onside at that point. The ball had already traveled half the distance. Corner kick. We are all over them outside of that disallowed goal. White retreats to recover this one. Holmes. Can we set something up here? Long ball in. It's a chance. Fielskalnis. That's going to take me a while to get used to saying his name. Fielskalnis. Really missed a chance there. He blasted it. It wasn't even a blast. It was little more than a hard pass. Straight to the keeper, though. Straight at him. Jameson, nice recovery. Bridges, long ball. Unnecessary. I mean, normally we want that, but if it's early, right? Send it to your striker, hold it up, play your wings into it, but not that far in. Not after we've already done a forward pass. Nice move from Jameson. Wow, really, really nice build-up from Jameson there. Outside, inside, cuts back, forth. Here's a chance. Oh, he's offside. I wondered if he might be positionally. It looked like he was already behind the defense. Hit the crossbar. Again, though. Third time we've hit the crossbar in the first half. Wow. XG is all over this one for us. 15-2 on the shots. It'll come. And that needs to be the talk here at halftime. That's our stats. There's White, and he puts it home. Nice shot, too. First goal of the season for George White. We've only played 6 matches, but still. Surprising. Tactics and subs. Can we get something? Where is the league info? I want to see what's going on with Daisy Hill. Right now, as it stands, 3 points. That's enough. McGregor. Out to Jameson. Jameson into traffic. Finds Fielskalnis, who takes the long shot. Not a big fan of the long shot. Maybe next season we need to adjust that. Oh, there it is. We are ahead of them. Daisy Hill right now in the virtual standings. I saw that there a moment ago. They show us 16th in the live standings. Long ball almost in a position. Fielskalnis with the goal, his second of the season. The striker's only scored twice. Man, oh man. All right. But that was beautiful setup there. This ball was almost short enough. If it was at the corner of the box or closer to the corner of the box, it's a clear one. But that clearance had the defense completely out of position, and we just sent it right back in. And Fielskalnis first to react. And there you go. It's 2-0. And unless Daisy Hill pulls off White nearly made it 3. Holmes is struggling a little bit today, but I don't have a sub here. White off and running. There's that ball ahead to him that was expected. Fielskalnis lays it back for White. That was a smart play. Fielskalnis had 2 guys on him. Eli is so much cleaner. White, nice play. Great ball over the top. Great run from White. And then he just slots it into that little gap in the bottom corner of the net. Bridges, fantastic cross there. And that seals it. It's 3-0. We are going to get the 3 points today. And as long as Daisy Hill has not done so themselves, we were only 1 point behind. So a victory is their only solution. The woodwork has burned us today, but the woodwork has also given us a little salvation. That was close. That was the inside of the post. That long ball doesn't find the target, but we quickly recover. And Jameson off to the races into some space. It's a nice looking ball, but Wilhelm couldn't get on the end of that. He must not have much speed or just slow reaction time. Jameson again dribbles comfortably around his man and then takes a horrendous shot on what was a tap in for 4. Kicked it straight at the keeper when the keeper was the only obstacle in the way at that close of a range. I'm used to playing indoor with a significantly smaller goal, and you don't even do that in indoor, let alone outdoor. And that's, amateur Sunday league indoor. White resets to Lambert. Lambert on a yellow, but we're not worried about it. We're in stoppage time. White nearly gets another. White's having a heck of a day. 28 shots for the team now. How is that a goal kick? Okay. It was a clear save from the keeper. I mean, it was straight to his hands just above his head. But White with an 8.8 rating today. A sign of things to come. Also, sign of things to come. Team is beginning to develop a bit. So we are seeing some development going on. And already in just a month and a half, the team is going from competitive to pretty dang good. I think we're going to be a contender in the league next season, especially once we get to March. If we can make it through March, we don't have much depth right now. If we can make it to March, we'll have that depth, and we'll be able to replace a few of the weak elements in the current squad and get them kind of where they belong, down to the U23s or U18s developing. That is going to be our wrap-up for the season, though. Let's go ahead and just get that little bit of feedback on where we ended up, but it's going to be a very quick one as we are out of time on this. We'll go ahead and use this screen as our final look. Holker, Obi take the win. Lorbreck claim second place. They're going to go into a promotion playoff with one of the other divisions. I do like that in real life, these lower leagues, not the 10th division. No, not the 10th division. But the lower leagues are being reshaped right now by the FA to where they're going to clean it up. If you haven't heard this one. So the 5th tier National League, that one division that you have there, and then you have the 2 divisions with the National League North-South. They're going to clean it up below that to where it's now an even spread. So 1 goes to 2 divisions. Below that is 4 divisions. Below that is 8 divisions and 16. So a nice clean range with the same X number of teams go up, X number of teams go down. Yes, you got to balance the 2 divisions that are below it in terms of north-south or east-west or, whatever, London or outside of London kind of thing. Yes, they want to balance that out for the sake of travel between the leagues, but so much easier. So much easier to have that nice clean math in the promotion relegation scene by getting that correct number of divisions. And also there was a few divisions somewhere down that train around that 8th or 9th tier that weren't even included officially. And so to be part of the promotion relegation scene, they had to specially apply like every single season, which is just annoying. I think they're being incorporated now into the league to help fill out the X number of divisions to balance it. But then, of course, COVID has happened, and a number of teams have folded. And that's very unfortunate that has happened. But that's complicating it that much more. So kudos to the mod maker on this one to get down to the 10th tier, because I actually tried to do it myself. I tried to take last year's mod and just update it and make it work for this year, and then started getting into the, well, this team dropped, that team dropped, this team dropped, this league now has X number of teams and this league has X number of teams, and some of that transition that I was just talking about, the 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, some of that transition was happening. Anyway, long story short, somebody got them on out day one. Really happy by that, because I started this series a couple months after FM came out last year, and by that point it gained zero traction. But that brings me back to the initial point at the beginning of the episode and at the end of the last episode. In order for this series to take off, in order for the algorithm to pick it up at all, that like button, massively important. Please scroll down, click that like button. Even if you didn't care for it that much, if you think that this is something that you're going to be into, or if you just respect the time and effort that I'm putting into this to produce this series, please, just click that like button. I'm only going to push up for a few episodes, because that's where it really matters, where it builds the audience. After that, people who like it, they'll just keep coming back as long as they still like it, regardless of the likes or anything like that. But it comes down to establishing that audience, and that's entirely up to the first 3 episodes. And in the Premier League, it is Liverpool who are champions on 87 points, ahead of Man United, Man City, and Chelsea. Tottenham, Arsenal, Wolves. Nice job by Wolves there. Just 1 point from being ahead of Arsenal in 6th. Everton, in their typical fashion, top 10 comfortably, but not quite in it. Southampton, great season for them to finish 9th. Fulham, surprise, the relegation favorite in 10th. Brighton, another relegation favorite in 11th. Burnley, Leicester, Newcastle, Aston Villa, West Ham. Leeds hangs on in their first season by goal differential to then relegate Sheffield United, Crystal Palace, and West Brom. That's going to do it for this episode and this opening season of the series. Again, if you like what you saw, be sure to click that like button, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.